Right now on ABC 10 News at 4 o'clock, 12 U.S. service members are killed in bomb attacks in Kabul, 15 others wounded. The latest on the explosions and President Biden's warning to the attackers. The San Diego Unified School District tightens its COVID precautions, the new mask-wearing rules that students have to follow when on campus. And demand for COVID testing in San Diego County soars, the delays that's causing delivering those results a little time as they deal with this rush.
ABC 10 News at 4 starts now.
At least 12 U.S. service members are dead tonight. 15 more are known to be wounded after 2 explosions rocked Kabul's airport this morning. Here is what we know so far. The Pentagon has confirmed that the blasts killed 12 Marines and 1 Navy medic. Officials in Afghanistan say the explosions also killed at least 60 Afghans and wounded more than 100 others. A U.S. general has said the attacks were carried out by ISIS fighters, adding that the U.S. military will go after them if they can be found. And this afternoon, President Biden spoke solemnly about the attacks and issued a warning to the predators.
The lives we lost today were lives given in the service of liberty, the service of security, the service of others, in the service of America. Like their fellow brothers and sisters in arms who've died defending our vision and our values in the struggle against terrorism, of the fall on this day, they're part of a great and noble company of American heroes. To those who carried out this attack, as well as anyone who wishes America harm, know this: we will not forgive. We will not forget. We will hunt you down and make you pay.
This all comes as the U.S. rushes to finish evacuating all Americans and allies from Afghanistan. Isabel Rosales reports on the threats received before the attacks. We want to warn you, some of the images in this story are graphic.
Disturbing images of people crying for help outside Kabul's airport in the aftermath of at least 2 confirmed blasts.
We are working very hard right now to determine attribution, to determine who is associated with this cowardly attack, and we're prepared to take action against them.
Chaos nearby as the explosions send crowds running. U.S. officials warned of an increased threat level in the hours leading up to the attack.
The word has gone out to individuals, Americans, green card holders, and some others, telling them to stay away from certain specific gates. So that sounds like a specific threat to me.
One explosion took place at a hotel near the airport. Another at the Abbey Gate entrance, where Afghans have gathered for the last 2 weeks, desperate to escape the Taliban-controlled nation.
It's going to be tough getting more evacuees in. We're probably going to see an increased reduction in the numbers that are getting out of Afghanistan.
The U.S. military and NATO have already evacuated thousands of U.S. citizens and vulnerable Afghans. Those efforts are set to wind down ahead of the August 31st deadline for the final exit from the 20-year war in Afghanistan.
It is a dangerous and difficult mission, but it must be seen through, and we intend to see it through as best as we can.
In Washington, Isabel Rosales.
And tonight, support groups are opening their arms to military families who are overwhelmed by the tragic news. As ABC 10 News reporter Jennifer Kastner shows us, the group has been paying close attention because 1,000 Camp Pendleton Marines are on the ground in Kabul.
Military families bracing themselves as chaos unfolds outside the airport in Kabul, where multiple U.S. service members were killed in Thursday's attacks.
It's pretty frightening.
Tracy Delavecchia runs MarineParents.com, a support group for families.
It's heart-wrenching, and it's hard for the families to have to stand by and wait. But that's all you can do at this point in time, is stand by and wait.
It was reported last week that local troops are on the ground in Kabul to provide rapid aid over the collapse of the Afghan government. About 1,000 Camp Pendleton-based Marines from the 2nd Battalion 1st Marines were already deployed to the Middle East as part of a crisis response task force, according to the Union Tribune, which cited a Defense Department official who is reportedly not authorized to speak publicly.
And I served in Iraq, I served in Yemen, I served in Somalia. So I fought in the war on terror, but in other places.
Thursday, San Diego County Supervisor and Marine combat veteran Nathan Fletcher spoke to ABC 10 News about watching the fallout in Kabul.
It's heartbreaking for what the Afghans are going through. It's heartbreaking for what our allies are going through. And it's, causing a lot of anxiety and soul searching amongst everyone who served in these recent conflicts.
Della Vecchia said her team is prepared to offer services to any local families who are in need.
We can put you in touch with people or just listen. And sometimes that's one of the most important pieces.
Jennifer Kastner, ABC 10 News.
And we have her contact information on our website, 10news.com. Under this story on the homepage, ABC 10 News reached out to the Marines for comment. We're waiting to hear back. And we are just days away from the deadline for the completion of the U.S. withdrawal. And now, with these deadly attacks, the situation around the airport has become more desperate and dangerous. In the middle of the chaos, several El Cajon families are scrambling to get out. As ABC 10 News reporter Natay Holmes explains, one of those families is now back in San Diego.
The school board president shares that it is a family of 7 that is back here in El Cajon this morning. It's 2 adults, 4 Cajon Valley students, and an infant. Now, they arrived here Tuesday. The school board president says she wasn't able to give us much details about their journey, but she says they were extremely exhausted and they are now home and resting. Now, the district says that they are happy that one family is back and they are hoping for the safe return of others shortly.
Our biggest feeling in our school district is just a deep concern for our students' safety. We have been so fortunate to have our liaisons that work through our Family and Community Engagement Office who reached out to those students. The students reached out to them because they had built trust the last year.
That was school board president Tamara Otera. She says as of yesterday, the liaisons were still in communication with the other families currently in Afghanistan, but following the explosions at the Kabul airport this morning, it is unknown if the students and their families have made contact again with their district contacts. Now, Otera shares Representative Daryl Issa's office is working to bring their remaining 20 students and their families home.
Many of the leads we're getting are coming through people who had connections over there. They've reached out to people to see if they're okay, found out that they were basically scared and shut off and stranded.
The Cajon Valley Union School District says they have a large Afghan community here in El Cajon. There are counselors available at the schools should the students need someone to talk to, whether it be about their classmates or how they're feeling about the unrest in Kabul. Now, today, ISA's office told us that they've managed to bring a second San Diego area family back, but it's unclear if they are a part of the Cajon Valley Union School District. As of right now, there is no timeline as to when all of those families will be back in San Diego County. In El Cajon, Natay Holmes, ABC 10 News.
More than 100,000 people are hospitalized with COVID across the country. That number hasn't been seen since January when the vaccine was not yet widely available. Florida and Texas have the most people in the hospital. Both have banned mask requirements in schools. Pediatric hospitalizations are at 2,100 nationally for the first time since last August. Teenagers have more new COVID infections than any other age group. CDC data shows 16 and 17-year-olds have the highest rates of weekly cases. Kids ages 12 to 15 and young adults into their 30s are also getting COVID at roughly the same rate right now. Young adults still represent the largest share of COVID cases overall to date. As more young people get vaccinated, experts do believe those numbers will start to fall. Now, most kids are back at school and parents may be worried about what's ahead with the Delta variant spreading. Parents have been talking about boosting children's immune systems, especially because those under 12 years old still can't get the vaccination yet. Now, we spoke with a pediatrician about the best way to protect our children, and she says that while our immune system is responsible for fighting off diseases and germs, it can't be the only thing that we should rely on to keep kids safe.
Unfortunately, there's not a magic bullet that makes the immune system of children resistant or invincible against COVID-19.
Dr. Mabel Gutierrez is a pediatric infectious disease specialist, and she says usually the immune system gets a boost from vaccines. In this case, it's up to other people, meaning adults, to get vaccinated, and this can keep the virus at bay.
Nothing of that is going to work to protect COVID-19 if they don't have the first part covered, that is, their members of the family vaccinated, and to keep the prevention measures.
Now, those prevention measures include constant hand washing and wearing a mask when needed. And if your kids are old enough, you can also give them their own hand sanitizer bottle to take to school. The doctor says that even if they can't get the COVID vaccine right now, it is important to have all of their vaccines up to date. That's according to what their pediatrician has suggested. And at the end of the day, she says this will help kids stay as healthy as possible. Now, the challenges of the pandemic have some small businesses adding a fee for paying with your credit card.